Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Daria. I am a lawyer and academic based in Berlin. I did a Master of Laws at Harvard. Since then, I've been writing and publishing about the admissions process and sharing what I know about the applications. In today's video, I'd like to talk about mistakes that you would want to avoid in your LLM personal statement. Mistake number one is restating your CV. What a lot of LLM applicants do is that they write a very formalistic letter where they talk in detail about what they already have on their CV. Essentially, they treat an LLM personal statement as an extended version of their CV. The thing is, there is definitely a difference in how you should approach your personal statement depending on the jurisdiction that you're applying to. For instance, US-style personal statements are more personal than what is usually accepted in Europe, including the UK. However, if the admissions committee only wanted to know about your professional achievements, they wouldn't ask for a personal statement. A personal statement is there to enunciate what is your motivation for applying to a particular program. If a CV is an objective representation of your professional experience, a personal statement usually serves to show the subjective drivers behind your application. Mistake number two is focusing not on yourself, but on someone else, your trauma, or on your field of study. Many applicants draw the attention away from their own experiences towards someone or something else. For instance, it's common to write about someone who's influenced you profoundly, like your parent or your mentor. While it is perfectly acceptable to acknowledge the influences in your life, you shouldn't center those people. You shouldn't draw the attention away from your motivations toward these people. When they are applying for an LLM, they will write about themselves. For now, you should focus on yourself and your background. What often happens is that LLM applicants center their trauma and adversity. For your LLM application to succeed, what you need to do is to show how you've overcome that. You need to show how you faced adversity in your life and emerged as a hero. It may sound harsh, but an obstacle in and of itself, unfortunately, does not matter, not in the context of an application. What matters is what you do with it. Mistake number three is to use cliches. I will give you an example. A lot of LLM applicants start their essays along the lines, "Ever since I was a child, I dreamt of becoming a judge." First of all, it's very rare, unless you have evidence to prove that. In that case, you are allowed to write about it. A cliche is something that is used a lot. What happens is that the admissions committee has seen this so much and so often that it stops making impact. I suggest avoiding statements that are either general and or likely to be overused. Mistake number four is being too general and not giving enough evidence. A lot of LLM personal statements I've seen do not give enough evidence. They make statements, do not provide specificity that makes those statements believable, authentic, credible. When you write your personal statement, make sure you show and not just tell. You have probably heard that advice as applied to writing in general, but it does apply to LLM writing as well. Finally, mistake number five is trying to be someone else. A type of advice I hear often from other LLM admission consultants with whom I do not agree is that, well, you just need to give them what they want to hear, and that's it. And it is a strategy that can succeed, because LLM applications are about people evaluating people. The margin for error is large. However, it is my conviction that you have a higher chance of succeeding if you are authentic. Because when you are authentic, it is easier for you to make an impression. It is just easier for you to convince other people in what you believe in, rather than trying to be someone else. These are top 5 mistakes that I've seen in LL.M personal statements that you should avoid to maximize your chances for success. I hope it's been helpful, and I wish you best of luck.